y'all. I'm going over this trade breakdown on gold last night. So look, right? So yesterday we got a candle 2 closure on the daily. So I'm gonna mark out that candle 1 that we had swept. So now we got our candle 1 and our candle 2. So the candle 2 swept the previous candle's range, and then we closed back into the range. So now I'm gonna just mark this up as candle CRT. And then you're gonna go down to our mid time frame, which is our 1 hour. And we can see here, you can see that price had started here. This was the last up move that caused price to come down to take the Wednesday's low. And now we want to look for a change to stay in delivery. So we got that change to stay in delivery at 10 a.m. yesterday. Now, if anybody would have caught this trade during 10 a.m., your stop loss would have been too big. Would have been around like, so if you enter right off that change in state, you would have like a 50-point stop. And that's not good. Probably would have got a 1-to-1 out of that, but that ain't good. So coming into Asia session for the new day, which is right here at 6 p.m., we can see, let me just replay this. We can see here that price had this 1 hour gap. So we already know we're bullish because the previous day's candle opened, swept the previous day, which was Wednesday's candle's low, that we broke back into the range. So once we broke back into this range, we now know that we're bullish, right? Based off of the fact that we were in a downtrend, right? Price was in a downtrend. Boom. And then we broke that downtrend. So now we going into an uptrend, right? Okay, cool. So now I want to see a candle 2 closure on the 1 hour. So as we can see here, 6 o'clock open and then 7 o'clock open, came down inside this gap, which it was already in, but it started to take out the 6 p.m.'s low, creating a CRT on the 1 hour. So now you got your CRT range low on the 1 hour. And then now you want to go to your 5-minute time frame. Now we basically just doing the same thing we did on a daily, right? So now we want to see if we can get a 5-minute change in state. And obviously price have to give us that during the macro time, which is the last 15 minutes of an hour or the first 15 minutes of an hour. So in this case, we have 7:45 p.m. to 8:15 p.m., right? That's our macro time. So I'm gonna put macro time. Just put macro. So that's our macro time, right? Boom. Cool. So now that I got my change in state and delivery, I could look to enter in the market now because for one, we got a key level, which is our fair value gap right here on the hourly. So this was our hourly fair value gap. We call it internal range liquidity. Cool. Change in state of delivery. I will enter right here. I want to put my stop at the low. Cool. Now I want to go for a 1 to 2. Now another thing is, you can see that price was bearish here, right? We got the change state delivery or whatever, but we also have low resistance liquidity. So if you look here, it's a bunch of highs here. So this could be like trend line liquidity. And we have a gap sitting right above all these highs. So you can see here, all these highs were never swept. Also, we have a fair value gap right there, right? So to me, I knew that price wasn't going to continue down. For one, we had a higher time frame key level, change state and delivery, and we have liquidity internally that price needs to get. Now, also since we got this fair value gap, we also have a volume imbalance up here. So what I did was I just used the volume imbalance and the fair value gap together, and I just targeted that volume imbalance, right? So that'd be your 1 to 2 right there. And then we just gonna let price play out and see how that worked out for us. As you can see, price just went to take profit. Now, yes, price can become more bullish and continue to the upside. Why? Because we still have the CRT high here. For me, I was just going for the 1 and 2 because I got a set RR of a 1 and 2. I do hold runner sometimes, but right now I'm just focused on getting 1 and 2s. Also, because I just had a target. The target made sense. It was a 1 and 2 right off of this setup to this volume imbalance. So it was just as easy as that. But you could have got in for a re-entry to get price back to the highs to go take out that CRT high, which happened earlier this morning. So that would have hit all the way to the Wednesday's high at that CRT high right there. So that's all we got, man. Just remember that price is always fractal. So the same thing that we seen on the daily chart, whereas though we came and took the CRT low, we wanted to see it go to the CRT high. We had the same thing on the 1 hour. The 1 hour showed that's the same exact thing. We got the CRT at the low. We broke inside the range, and then we got that 1 hour CRT high that was swept. So yeah, that's all. It's your boy AP Reese.